Yo fam, what's going on? Strat here from Strategic Audio, back at you with another brand new music production video. Today we're going to venture into the realm of modern boom bap, or what they like to call neo boom bap. You know, the kind of stuff that you hear from artists and groups like Griselda, Rock Marciano, and Boldy James. So if you're interested in music production content where you might learn something or get inspired, drop the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel to help us continue to grow and to get more videos like this on a range of different styles and music production ideas and topics. Alright, so let's jump right in. This is basically, for the most part, going to be me going through a session that I did yesterday and giving you little bits of insight as I show you the process of making this beat. So with this modern / neo boom bap style, the beats tend to be a bit slower. I did this one at 77 BPM and it's in the key of C minor. I wanted to start with something that what you would refer to as a topper. It's basically an arpeggiated synth that adds a lot of the high frequencies to the beat because my hi-hats are not going to be very prominent. Right, so after I put down that arp, I wanted to add a nice piano, kind of a spooky piano. So I grabbed my trusty old faithful Piano Tech 8 and played this really basic C minor chord progression. It's not even really a progression, it's basically just a series of C minor chord variations, including a C sus2 chord, which I'll show you right now by looking at the output from Piano Tech 8. Just quickly, with this style, you often will have a kind of a dissonant chord element, like these two notes here that are playing are essentially next to each other. And up here, this is kind of a thing in this style because it gives you that almost kind of creepy, something that needs to be resolved in the harmonic structure of the chords, and it is kind of common in this style. So after getting that down, I decided to add a very simple guitar using my trusty, very old guitar, live guitar that is. And here's what that sounds like. So after getting that down, I wanted to go straight to the drums and make something really simple. It's a really simple boom bap style, one of the old traditional boom bap styles with that kind of almost like a heartbeat rhythm in the kick. Found 2 snares in my arsenal and I layered them together, trying to make a kind of a dusty, kind of a snare that takes up a lot of space. And the hi-hats are essentially like double time, but they're very low in the mix. After getting the drums down, I added a bass line using Serum. And this bass line is extremely simple. It's just following the root note, which is basically just C, because the chord doesn't change very much in this style. It's very simple. There are some extra elements to the bass line to give it a little bit more melody, especially when it comes to transitioning in between beats. Then after I got the bass down, I decided I wanted to add some vocal chops, so I went for a plugin called Bloom Vocal Edit and added these. And then, I thought the beat was done, but this morning I woke up and I listened to it again and I realized I did not like the arpeggiated synth that I played at the very beginning, and I also wanted to add a pad to add like a kind of a bass foundation in the background. So I made some changes to the arpeggiated synth. I slowed down the rhythm a bit because I didn't really like where that was going. It sounded a bit too confusing. I changed the way the rhythm of the arp plays, and I added a delay, waves H delay, and I also changed the tone of the arp. If I didn't mention before, I'm using Omnisphere, which is an extremely powerful, as most of you should know, an extremely powerful synth. So for the sound of the arp, I was using a wavetable source. So I kind of searched around and tried to find the best waveform, or not the best, but the waveform that I like, that fit better with, well, basically what I wanted to hear. Sometimes when you're making music, or any art really, you have an idea in your head as to what you want it to come out sounding like or looking like, whatever you're doing. And you might think you got it, but then on further reflection, you realize this is not exactly what I was picturing. So there's nothing wrong with going back and trying to make it as close to what you think is your intention as possible. Right, so after making all of those adjustments to the beat, I finally decided that that was enough, and I decided to complete the mix and the master, and I'll play that for you at the very end of the video. But for now, I just want to say thanks for watching. It really means a lot that you stop by and you check out these videos, whether they're more tutorial style like this or just simply showcasing the beat making. I always leave links in the description to our free and premium loops and samples that are found on our website. And I hope that you found this session informative, inspirational, even in the fact that I started out with one idea and kind of had a chance to sleep on it, listen to it with fresh ears, and make changes to make it more of what I wanted. And that's a lesson that you learn over time in this kind of creative space, especially when you're making music, from beat making to mixing to mastering. It always helps to take a listen to your stuff the day after, once your ears have had a chance to rest. Quite often you'll be surprised, you'll notice a lot of mistakes that you made while you were in the process of making the beat or mixing the song or whatever it is you're doing, because your ears can get tired, and when your ears are tired, they're not as effective. So anyway, again, thanks for watching and peace. See you in the next video. Now, let's take a listen to the final version of the beat.